Time for a little update? I think so. It's been a little slow going lately on the FJ. I've had some other stuff pop up, and generally I'm quite a bit more busy in the summer than I am in the winter with work. Warm weather brings more opportunities, so the FJ kind of takes a back seat to the other things I got to do. But I've been making a little bit of progress on it, and I'll show you guys some things that are in the works right now. And they'll be hopefully coming in their own videos shortly down the line here. But it's out here, takes the pictures of the FJ. I just got it washed and waxed up. It's going in for some warranty work later in the week. So I like to get my vehicles in nice, pristine condition, or as much as possible before they go in to have someone else work on them. To me, it just shows pride of ownership, and in my mind, I'm not necessarily expecting them to do a better job working on it. I'm just, hoping that maybe they'll care a little bit more, and they'll put a little more effort into doing things to the best of their ability, rather than just being another rush job and trying to get it out the door. Whether that's the case or not, I don't know. It really depends on the technician, but I like to at least set things up the best that I possibly can for my end. I actually do pretty much all of my own work on my vehicles. I couldn't tell you the last time that I've actually been to a mechanic to pay them to do work. About the only time that I will bring something somewhere is if I've somehow managed to incapacitate myself so that I can't do the work myself, which has happened, and I've got the scars to prove it, but that's a story for another day, and we're not going to get into that. So yeah, I don't like bringing my things to other people. I trust myself to do a better job than I would trust someone that I don't know to do work on my things. I certainly don't look down on anybody who does want to bring their vehicle somewhere to someone that they trust to work on it. But that's just my preference, to keep all of the decision making, all of the work that's done in my own hands, so that I have direct control over it, and so that I know it's been done to the highest quality, highest extent that it possibly can be. So that's essentially why I do my own work, and I do enjoy it. That's the big part of it. If I absolutely hated it, I'm sure I would find a mechanic that I trusted and just have them do pretty much everything for me. Based on the vehicles that I seem to own, that would be an awfully expensive option, and I probably wouldn't own a lot of the vehicles that I've owned if that had been the case. Because there was a while when I was buying cars that needed quite a bit of work, and doing the work myself and then selling them to make a few extra bucks on the side. And that certainly would not have been possible had I been paying someone to do all the work. But opportunities gained, opportunities lost, I don't know. Anyway, we'll do a quick little tour. Nice and shiny clean. Haven't had it looking this good in a long time. Really tough to tell with how shiny it is, but if we look right here, you might notice something. So look at all three windows that we can see. Clear, clear, not clear. So I picked up a roll of 5% tint off of Amazon, I think it was, for $5. It was one of those Amazon warehouse deals where it's got damaged packaging, but supposedly the product inside is fine, which it kind of wasn't, but we'll talk about that in another video. So for $5, in theory, I could tint all of the rear windows on this. So the suicide door, the two back corner windows, and the tailgate window. So I was kind of playing around with it. I mean, window tint can be kind of finicky if you've never done it before, which I never have. But this is kind of a different type of tint. This is more of like a cling-on kind of tint. It's not really your normal stick-on tint that you'd get at a regular tint shop. But I don't know if the camera will pick it up. But I ended up with a few small bubbles under there, so I'm gonna have to work the kinks out of my application method prior to making the full video on that one. But that was kind of an experiment. I did both rear corner windows, and I think it looks pretty good from a distance. Like I said, it's got a few little contaminants underneath it, that turned into looking like bubbles if you get up close. But For $5, even if I get a few little bubbles, hard to beat that price, because I called the professional tint shop and it was going to be $200 and something just to tint the rears with a 5%. So I'm not going to complain about that one. Now unfortunately it's getting a little dark. I was going to show you right up underneath here. I've got a little fuse box installed. That's part of a larger system that I've been working on installing in here. There's a kind of a relay box that'll be going under the hood, and then some fuses that'll be going inside like that, and some other wiring, doohickeys and whatnot. So I've got most of that system taken care of at this point, but the wiring project has been much more involved than I had originally anticipated. So basically I wired up a relay box from absolutely just parts. Took an empty relay wiring box, just plastic, no wires or anything in it. Took all the wire, wired it up, ran it how I wanted to run it, got all the proper gauge for the accessories that I'll be running in there, and it's just been, it took a little bit more than I had anticipated, but so far I'm pretty happy with how it's coming out. So more than likely that'll be wrapped up hopefully within the next week or two, if I get a little bit of time. The biggest thing that's holding it up right now is that I made a bracket to mount the relay box under the hood, and I had to paint it, so I just kind of been waiting for the paint to dry properly before getting that installed, so I didn't end up bolting it on to where it's going on to, and then if I ever choose to remove it, having that paint stick on to the FJ and having to deal with that, I just really didn't want to deal with. So yeah, but that's pretty much it at this point. Like I said, it's going in for some recall work. So anyway, it's getting a little bit dark. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up there. Hopefully that wasn't too long. I know I don't enjoy watching videos where guys just drone on and on and on about crap that doesn't even matter or apply to anything outside of their one specific situation. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. Always appreciate a thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe if you want to see the stuff that I'm working on here. Like I said, it's kind of slow to go, but it'll be coming eventually.